Hello, everyone. This is Games for the Mind. Welcome back to the Eyes of Ara. It's been a hot minute. I've been busy due to the holidays. I hope everyone in America had a great Thanksgiving last week. I'm happy to continue this game, finally, and we should finish the base game today. But, I will be releasing some special bonus videos after this one, so be on the lookout for those. Let's see which items we need to find in this section. Only 5 coins. That's pretty simple. Let's start by going over to the desk and picking up the journal. And once you do, you get the achievement, Well Read, Scattered Thoughts, for picking up every single written journal in the game. And pick up the poster. And if you've been following along with the walkthrough, you'll have the achievement, Well Read Amateur Astronomer, for picking up all of the constellation posters. This one is Ara. And that symbol should be familiar to you by now. Back up. Now do a 180-degree turn. Zoop, facing the door that we just came from, and look up. And check that out. We can grab the triangle thingy. And we'll need that. Now face towards the blue spheres here and zoom in on it. You'll get the achievement, The Altar, because we picked up all 6 of those. And in fact, we need all 6 to continue on, as you can see. Just wait there for a minute for that to slide down, by the way. You don't have to click on it. Just keep yourself zoomed in on it and it'll go down for you. Let's go through the door. And I hear a radio. Let's turn that off. Should be the last one for us. Yep. You should now have the achievement Radio Silence for turning off all the radios in the game. We're getting a lot of achievements already. Let's open the drawer and grab the 3 coins. Zoom back out. And zoom in on this piece of paper and grab it. This is an important clue for one of the final puzzles later. This clue is saying that the Aquarius symbol equals 1, the Aries symbol equals 2, and the Taurus symbol equals 3. So keep that in mind. I think we're done over here for now. Go up these stairs. This is a very long staircase. Go up once and turn around a little bit to face this window here to your left. And on the windowsill are already the last 2 coins. And you should have the achievement, Budgeting for Indies, for getting all the coins in the game. Continue on upwards. All the way to the top. Now up here, before you climb the ladder, there are 2 important clues on the ground. Here's one. Now this is basically a sheet that will help you figure out the numbering system. And it's pretty easy to figure out that this is a base 4 system. If we look at this first example here, we see Aquarius as the 2nd digit is equal to 4. So 4 to the 1 is 4. And 4 times 1 for Aries is 4. So that's why it's equal to 4. So because it's the 2nd digit, and the number system is 4, it's 4 to the 1 power. times 1 is 4. If we look at the last example here, we see Aquarius is the 4th digit, and that would be, in a base 4 number system, the 4th digit would be 4 to the 3rd power times whatever number this is, which is 1. So 4 to the 3rd power is 64. 64 times 1 is 64, so you have 64. So pretty simple to figure out. Zoom out, and the other clue is right here. And this clue is for a different puzzle. Basically, what it's telling you is that on the left side, you will have 3 layers, or 3 rows, and then all the way, when you get all the way to the right, you will end with only 1 row in the middle. Okay? So keep that in mind. And now, let's go up. Oh, actually, I forgot something. We have to go back down. Yep, don't be stupid like me. Right above this door, just like the other door, is one of the triangle pieces. Almost forgot about that. Now we can go up and solve the puzzles. Up the ladder. Okay. So you see we have these 2 things, cube-shaped things here and here that connect to this big machine in the middle. Each of these 2 cube-shaped things has its own puzzle. I'll start with the one that I find easiest first, which is the one on the right. So zoom in on it and insert one of your triangle-shaped pieces. Alright, now this puzzle has to do with this last clue that we found, which says that you start with 3 layers and you end with 1 layer on the right. Now, as you see, you have these 4 wheels, which control these 5 slots. And when you play around with it, you'll see the layers. Here's 3 layers going to 1, which can attach to 1 here, which gives you 2 layers now, etc. These 2 go together. See, the lines match up. So you want to have 3 lines all the way on the leftmost slot, and you want to have this 1 line here for 1 layer all the way on the rightmost slot, and the ones in the middle just have to connect everything together. So start by writing down which wheels move which slots. So the first wheel moves slots 2 and 5. The second wheel moves slots 1 and 2. Third wheel moves 3 of them, and it moves slots 2, 4, and 5. And the fourth wheel moves slots 1, 3, and 5. Now you notice this fourth wheel moves the 5th slot in the opposite direction of 2 and 4. That's important. Keep that in mind. And this slot, this wheel moves slots 1 and 2 in the opposite directions of each other. That's important. And this moves slots 2 and 5 in opposite directions. Stick with rotating these wheels in one direction just to make things simpler. So what I like to do is first you have to figure out which... We already know what we need in the leftmost slot and the rightmost slot. We have to figure out what we need in the 3 middle slots So start with the let's start with the second slot here. We know that we're gonna need 3 like this to match up with these 3 lines here. Let's see how many 3s we have in this slot, in the second slot. So there's 2, 3, 2, 3. All 3 of them do. So let's try them one at a time. Let's just try this one randomly here. Now find a wheel that will move 3, which is only the 5th wheel moves 3. We're gonna have to mess up 1, but that's okay, because we're just trying to figure out which ones we need in the middle for now. Let's see. We're gonna need 2 to match up with this particular second slot. Let's see how many 2s there are here. Only 1, so that's the only option for this particular slot. Now let's move 4. Oops. 4. We need 1. How many 1s do we have here? None. None, so that means that the second slot is incorrect, so let's change that. Let's try this one where we need 1 in the middle. Let's try it. So how many are there? 1, 2, 2. Let's try this one. That's just a straight line first. So now we need 1 row in slot 4. Which we already figured out that there isn't 1 row in slot 4, so it's not that. Let's go back to our symbol that we're trying in slot 2, but change slot 3 to be something else, which the only other option is this. Now, how many 2s are there in slot 4? There's 1 and 2. So there's 2 options for slot 4. Let's try this one with the 2 lines. Oh, no, let's not try this one with the 2 lines because we need 1 line. So we know it has to be this one. So here we have the 3 correct symbols in the middle. This, this, and this. Those are the only... That's the only configuration that would work to connect a 3 here and a 1 here, are these 3 symbols. So write all 5 symbols down from left to right. Now what I like to do is, if you've written down which wheels move which slots, you'll see that slots 3 and 4 each only have 1 option. You can only move slot 3 with the last wheel, and you can only move slot 4 with the second to last wheel here. So, I like to set 3 and 4 first, and then work on the other ones. So, let's start with 4, because it's closer to the end. Right, so that's what you would do if you don't already have 3 and 4 set, but actually we already do have 3 and 4 set, and 2. So now we have to set 1 and 5, and we have to try to do that without messing up the other ones. So let's see here. We can move... it'd be less messy to move slot 1 with the second wheel as opposed to the last wheel, which moves 3 slots. So let's do that. Okay. Now we have to fix slot 2 and 5. And let's see. This first wheel moves both slots 2 and 5, so let's see if we can get that to work for us. Yeah. See, actually that works. I think that is the easiest way to solve this, so just do what I did, but if you have the whole thing scrambled up and you already know which symbols you need and you're trying to solve the whole thing, start by solving slots 3 and 4. And then solve slots 1, 2, and 5. The 5 you can save for last because there's 3 wheels out of the 4 that move slot 5. But this looks correct to me. We have 3, 3 going to 1, 1 going to 2, 2 going to 1, and 1. So let's hit start. And we solved that half. Now let's do the other half. Put your triangle in here. Alright, so we have a 3-digit number. We have 3 wheels that each move 2 slots. Write down which wheels move which slots. And down here we have the solution that we're looking for, but it's a base 4 number system. So we have to do a little bit of math. We know that we're working with a base 4 number system, and we know which numbers each of these symbols represents. The dash is obviously a 0. Okay, so let's start with the leftmost digit. So this symbol is Aries, and we know that Aries equals 2. So this is the 4th digit, which would be, in base 4 numbering systems, this would be 4 to the 3rd power, which is 64. And 64 times 2 for Aries is 128. So write down 128 plus, and go to our next digit, which skips 1 and goes to the 2nd digit of Aquarius, which is the number 1. So the 2nd digit would be 4 to the 1 power, which is 4. And then 4 times 1 for Aquarius is equal to 4. So now we have 128 plus 4. And then our last digit would be 4 to the 0 power, which is equal to 1. And we know that Aries is 2, so 2 times 1 is 2. So now we have 128 plus 4 plus 2 equals 134. So the answer we're looking for in these slots is 134. That's the answer. Now we have to figure out how to get to that answer. And I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it. I'm going to show you the easy way, the way that you would do it if you really don't want to think about it much and just want to solve the puzzle. And I'm going to show you the way to figure it out if you already scrambled up these numbers from 000. And by the way, if you want to get these numbers back to 000, or if you want to reset any puzzle in this game in general, you have to just quit back to the main menu and reload the game, and everything will be reset. Okay, so from 000, don't touch the first wheel all the way to the left, ever. Just touch the second wheel and get to 101, like this. And then the last wheel will get you to 134. Just like that. See? All set. But now, I'm going to show you what to do if you screw the whole thing up. But let me get it back to 000 first. And let me just scramble this whole thing up. Let's pretend that this is one of my friends that never plays puzzle games, and, you know, as soon as they open this box, they just They just do whatever. They just scramble, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I think that's scrambled enough. Okay, so I have divided what you need to do into steps. So step 1. Get any 2 out of 3 numbers, any of the 2, into their correct positions. And of course this is very easy because these 2 numbers that you're going to set in the correct positions, you can move independently from each other. So for this example, I'm just going to use the first 2 digits as the 2 digits I want to set to their correct positions. So let's start with the first digit. I want to move this digit from 7 to 1 because we need it at 1. And we can move this to get it to 1. And now the second digit we need at 3. So move whichever wheel moves the second digit but not the first, which is the last wheel. Oh, wow. What, did I not screw this up enough? Let's try that again. Okay, good. Now we scrambled it up enough. I guess we got lucky that time. That was kind of funny. In my practice run, I did this like 10 times, and I never got to the answer that easily after scrambling it. But anyway, okay, so now we have it in a state where the first 2 digits are correct and the third digit is not correct. Now you're going to want to take the difference between what the third digit actually is and where you need to get it to. So we need to get the third digit to 4, and it's at 8 right now, so that's a difference of 4. And you're going to notice that it's always going to be a difference of an even number, which is important because if it was an odd number, this would not work, and I don't even think it would be possible. So the next step is to cut that number, that difference number, in half. So 2. And what you want to do is move each of the first 2 digits, the number 2, in the opposite direction that you're going to move the third number. So we're going to move the third number. It doesn't matter whether you move it up or down, but I think it makes more sense to move down from 8 to 4. I'm going to go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So that means the first 2 digits I'm going to move in the opposite direction of that. I'm going to move them, I'm going to increase their numbers by 2 each. Okay? So which wheel moves both 1 and 2? The first wheel does, so just move them up 2 spaces. 1, 2. Okay. Now, take that same number 2 and move take the same number 2 and you're going to move 8 down to 4, but you're going to do it using the wheel that moves 1 and 3 by 2 down, and then 2 and 3 by 2 down, and that should get you the answer. Alright, so let's see, 1 and 3 is the middle wheel, so let's move it, let's decrease it down, 1, 2, and the wheel that moves 2 and 3 is the last wheel, so let's move those down, 1, 2, okay? So that's how you get your answer if you scrambled it all up. I hope I explained that well enough. So let's hit start. And the machine turns on. Now if you zoom in on it, You see, we need an activation code. And the code consists of letters, so we have to form a word or a name, obviously. Well, if you think about it logically, if you go into your hints and your notes, you'll notice that you're only able to view the hints and the notes that you've picked up in that particular section. If you wanted to read them from another section, you'd have to walk all the way back to that section. Now, it makes sense to me that the game developer would not want to make you walk all the way to a different section to obtain the hint for this code. And in this particular section, there's only one journal. So I'm thinking the answer is going to be in that journal, the one we have open right now. And sure enough, if you read this journal, you'll see in this paragraph here that all of Christopher's accomplishments were pretty much because of Clementine and her curiosity and her puzzle solving. And if you were reading all of the other notes throughout the castle, you would have known that Clementine had the best connection between herself and the aliens. And so, since Christopher built this machine, and since he's pretty much giving Clementine all the credit for any of this being possible in the first place, we can assume that Clementine is, in fact, the code. So let's set that. Okay, Clementine. And it fits perfectly. So that's another clue that it'll work. Let's hit enter. And we did it. And for beating the game, you get the achievement, the Eyes of Ara. Now, during these credits, you're going to see 3 of those mathematical equations that we were just using to solve the number puzzle. You're going to want to write those down and solve all 3 during the credits. There's one. Write that down on the bottom there. We have Taurus, Blank, and Aquarius. There's another one. We have Aquarius, Aquarius, Blank. And there's our last equation. We have Taurus and Blank. Alright, and we found all the items. We still have to cash those in, and we still have some other achievements to get, which we're going to do now. So hit continue. And if you want to play the credits again, and, you know, also see the code, the 3-digit code that we just got again, just hit enter here. But we have the code written down, so let's go back into the castle and think about where we can use a 3-digit code. When you translate the code, it comes out to 49, 20, and 12. So where could we put those three numbers? Where can you think of in the game that we can put in 3 two-digit numbers like that. The only place I can think of is the telescope. So let's head over there. Okay, so here's the 3 numbers. We have 49, 20, and 12. The game doesn't tell you which order those go in, but it won't take you too many tries to figure it out. The first digit, I believe, is the one that doesn't go very high, so that won't go up to 49. So 49 is either the second or third digit, and then just keep flipping the other 2 digits until you get the right answer. Keep looking in the telescope every time. So, I don't know, we'll set 49 to the middle one. And we'll do 20 and 12 here. I don't know. See if that's correct. It'll be pretty obvious when it is correct. Let's look through the telescope. And yep, that was it. My first try. And for that, you'll get the achievement Written in the Stars. Awesome. And in case you can't tell, it says 100 Stones, which is the name of the company that made this game. Alright, what else can we do? Let's go back to the final area and cash in our collectibles that we've been collecting for the entire game. Up the store. Okay, so zoom in over here to see all the toys. We got all the toys from all the areas, so we can hit the button. And zoom out. Over here we have the photos. We got them all, so we can hit the button. Zoom out. Over here are the 3 paintings. We can hit that button. We got them all. And over here is the coin collection. We got all those, and hit the button. And here we have a stone pillar that should look very familiar. This is the same shaped stone pillar that had those constellation carvings on them in each of the chapters. The intro, the first chapter, the second, and the third. So now all you gotta do is input those constellations in order from the intro chapter, the first chapter, the second chapter, and the third chapter from left to right. So, in the intro chapter we had the Virgo constellation, which looks like that. In Area 1, we had the Sagittarius constellation, which looks like that, I believe. In the second area, we had the Libra constellation. Looks like that, I believe. And finally, in Area 3, we had Cancer, which looks like an upside-down Y, which is that. And yes, that did it. And we unlock a secret room, so let's go in there, and we get the achievement to all who made this possible, because this room is the backer's room. And there's a lot to do in here, but first, let's get the easy achievement. You see over here, there's a big gold pot, and it vibrates when you click on it. Keep clicking on it over and over again. When the coin pops out, zoom in and click on it to collect it, and you get the achievement, A Vote of Confidence, for finding yet another coin collection. Now, there's another achievement in here for reading all of the backers' books. They look like brown journals. I believe there are 6 of them. Let's see if I can find them all. Here's one down here by the garbage can. So that's one. Is there one here? I don't think so. I'm looking. Oh, here's one. I think I might have missed 1 or 2, but that's our second one. Oh, here's one, right? Yep. That's 3. Is there one over here? No. Here's a pretty easy one right here. That's 4. Oh, over here, under the night, there's 5. And the 6th one is around here and up high. Here it is. Right above the door that you came from, to the left. And once you read all those, you'll get the achievement, Well Read, A Show of Support. Alright, now, let's solve the main puzzle in here. We see that a staircase can be opened. And we see that there are these 6 hexagons. And a button in the middle that you can push. And we need to light up the 6 hexagons. Which means that we need to flip 6 different switches that are hidden all around the room that you've seen in the game before. And here's one down here in the middle of the room. You remember this, it just flips from off to on. And that should turn on one of the hexagons. See, it does. Now we have to find the other 5. I thought I saw one up here. Yep, to the right above the door you came from. Here's one of these from the very, very beginning of the game. Remember, line up the circles with the circles. And we have another hexagon lit. Up here is one of the gargoyle heads. Click that. That should be the 3rd one. I know one of these shields has the golden button that we've had to push before, which is this one. And it pops out, and that's 4. We need 2 more. Here in the fireplace, pull down the chain. That's 5. Now, let me show you the hardest one. Here it is, but we need the code for it, and it is not the same code as we used in the beginning of the game in the intro chapter. The code is hidden somewhere in the room. And it is hidden in this big painting that says 100 stones on it. In the top right, you can see it would be up, even though it's off screen. You could tell it's not at the bottom of the first line, so up. The next two squares are down. The next one is up, and then down, down. So, up, down, down, up, down, down is the answer. Up, down, down, up, down, down. Up, down, down, up, down, down. That should do it. Yep, all the hexagons are lit, so just push the button. And we open the staircase. Let's see where it goes. It goes into area 3. And, oh, we're in the brewery over here. We must have came from here. I don't think we could open this door before, right? Oh, wait. No, is it here? I think it's here, actually. We did open this door before by pulling the chain here. Yeah. Okay. So this should bring us back to the backers area. Yep. Alright. I think that might be everything in the game that we can do for now. Let me check my Steam achievements real quick. Yes, so at this point you should have 24 out of 28 achievements. You'll have 2 achievements to get in the Halloween chapter of the game, which is a special game mode, and you'll have 2 achievements to get in the Christmas chapter of the game, which is also another bonus mode. So for now, we have finished everything that you can do in the base game. As far as this game is concerned, I'm going to be working on the Halloween and Christmas chapters next. Those might take a while, because obviously we're past Halloween, so my plan is to record the Switch version of the Halloween chapter, because I can easily change the Switch date and time and then record my voice in post. And of course I have to wait for the Christmas chapter to become available on Steam. So I'll be working on that, and in the meantime, I'm also going to start my next project. So exciting things are in the future for Games for the Mind. So I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.